My husband is convincing me to open our marriage for my best friend, so I closed my life to both of them. I, 26, met my husband, 35, 7 years ago, and we have been married for 5 of those years. I love my husband and all that he has done for me, but I fear that my marriage and my relationship with my best friend are now over. Not to mention, I just found out I'm pregnant, and this only started happening after I told my husband. For context, my best friend, 28, Trisha, knew my husband before me, and they were incredibly close before I even knew him. When I first met my husband, I suspected something was going on between them, but they always denied it. However, they admitted that while they were drunk, that they were indeed sleeping together before I got with my husband. Even though it's not important now, it still plays on my mind, you know, especially considering what just happened. Anyways, 2 weeks ago, my husband suggested a threesome for the first time, and I was already not on board with it. I quickly said no and hoped he'd never bring it up again. 2 days after that, he suggested it again, and I once again declined. He asked again that night after we had sex, and once again, I said no. After that, he stopped asking, and I thought that was the end of it. However, 3 days ago, he asked me out to lunch, and I was pretty excited, considering he never takes me on dates anymore. When we got to the restaurant, my best friend was sitting there and was confused because he had never mentioned that she'd be there. The vibe was weird from the start tbh, but I tried to think nothing of it. Halfway through lunch, my husband asked me again, I want to consider the idea of a threesome again, and I thought it would be a good idea if Trisha was involved. I didn't know what to say. I asked if Trisha knew about this, and she said yes, and that she'd known about his plans for over a month. I was devastated. I said no, paid for my meal, and left in my car. I feel so betrayed and hurt right now. I have no words. This man is meant to be the father of my child, but I can't look at him. I've been staying with my mom, and he's been phoning me and calling me dramatically, and that he'll just drop it. Trisha has been spamming me too, saying the same thing. I don't know what to do. Update the next day. They both agreed to arrange a talk with me this morning, and I'm not even that shocked, but I still can't stop crying. When I arrived, they were sitting so close to each other that it genuinely made me feel sick. They didn't seem upset at all. They were just talking like normal and even smiling, which is so gross to me, seeing as they both know how upset I am right now. Anyways, when I sat down, I flat out asked them if they had been seeing each other behind my back, and everything I've been suspecting these past 3 days was confirmed. They had been sleeping with each other. I am so heartbroken right now. I don't think I can carry this child. These past few days have felt so unreal, and I'm a wreck. I know that it's early to decide this, but I do think termination is the correct decision for me. I also asked him why he decided to tell me now and not earlier, or when I wasn't carrying his child, and he literally just shrugged and shook his head and then said, I don't know, as if that was a good enough answer. Trisha was mostly quiet the whole time, but I don't think she feels the slightest bit of guilt. To everyone saying divorce, that is most likely what will happen. I'm terrified, as I've known him for most of my adult life, and he is the only man I've ever been with. He is in control of our bills, our rent, and our overall finances. I literally have no idea what I'm doing. My mother-in-law has also started spamming me. I blocked my husband's number, and I did the same with Trisha. His mother won't stop messaging me. I blocked her number, but she then went out of her way to message me on Instagram and Facebook. She keeps saying I should have just done the threesome to make her boy happy. It's fucking weird. Update 2. A few months after everything blew up, word got around that my ex-husband and his mistress weren't doing so well. Turns out she hadn't been as loyal to him as he thought. She had another man on the side, and the worst part, she gave my ex an STI. He actually showed up at my door, looking nothing like the arrogant man who left me. He was begging, saying he'd made the biggest mistake of his life, that he missed me, and that he wanted to make things right for our family. I listened quietly, and for a split second, I remembered the years we spent together. But then I remembered the betrayal, the lies, and the nights I cried myself to sleep while he was off with her. I told him I was done. There was no place for him in my life anymore. Watching his face fall as he realized I wasn't going to save him was the closure I didn't know I needed. He lost me for good, and this time, it was permanent.